this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Today is Thursday, June 4th, 2020, and I just learned something new on the Discover platform that I want to share with you guys, and I'd actually like to see what do you guys think the bias is on this pattern that I just learned. And the pattern is not so much necessarily a pattern as more of a seasonality type event. And what it is what has happened historically going into the close on the day before the non-farm payrolls report. If you guys have a guess, is that long or short going into the close before the payrolls report comes out the next day? Type that into the comments in YouTube and let me know what you think. I didn't really know what to expect, but I learned what it is. So I'm happy to share it with you, and I'm going to do that right now. Type into the comments, though, what you think it is going into the close. The bias on the day before non-farm payrolls report going into the close of the regular trading hours. So let me set this up here. We're going to use a time-based entry of 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll set this up as a long as I always do for these, and then go ES, NASDAQ, YM, and Russell. The exit is going to be at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time, and the pattern that we're going to be looking at, or the seasonality event, is simply going to be under this market events. We've got the day before the market events. So this is where you can find all the different events and seasonality type, options expiration type events. I guess seasonality stuff is more in the calendar. We've got so much of it, though. We've got some stuff here in market events that are similar, like options expiration, FOMC report, all that kind of good stuff. But tomorrow is the non-farm payrolls report, so I can come into here and I can find the day before the non-farm payrolls report, which is right here at the bottom now. If I hit equals, that will add the day before non-farm payrolls report. I'm also going to just put it in a bullish market. So above the 200 here is the only thing I'm going to use. I'm not going to get any more creative with the indicators, but that will be it. And the entry 3 p.m. Eastern Time, exiting at the close 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time. If you have not put your comments into YouTube, I want to know what you think, so put them in there. This will be interesting to see if any of you guys are aware of this before I run the results. All right, so let me click View Results, and we will look at this together. And here we go. So going into the close on the day before the non-farm payrolls report, went above the 200-day moving average, set up as a long entry at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, exiting at the close 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time, has been really bullish, especially in the last handful of years. Past 5 years, look at this. We've got 47 samples here in the past 5 years, and that has ended up being a long winning trade. Almost 79% of the samples here in the past 5 years. Past 10 years, you got almost 100 samples. 65% of those have ended up closing higher than that 3 p.m. price. Now let's take a look at NASDAQ. Same thing here. Last 5 years, 75% have been a long bias from that time forward. Last 10 years, about 60%. YM, again, past 5 years, extremely strong. 84%, about 68% for the past 10 years, and then Russell, last 5 years, about 68%, whereas the last 10 years, about 61%. So it's really a strong recent trend, and you can see it there in the equity curve, how it's kind of gone flat and then really picked up here lately. But that has been a pretty bullish bias, especially over the past 5 years or so. If you look at the total samples here, you can see ES, over 150 samples, NASDAQ, same area, 155 here for the YM, 148 for the Russell. So a lot of samples here, and all of those coming in around that 60% plus range, looking back until the beginning that we have data for in 2003. But recent times, it has been even stronger than just 60%. So hope you learned something new like I did today, and good luck the rest of the day. We'll be back at it tomorrow, and we'll see you then.